Today's review, we're heading to a different supermarket. Today, it's Asda, and this is a Vocation and a new beer from Vocation called Toucan Tropic. It's a double dry hopped IPA, but what's it going to be like? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. I hope you've been enjoying the Morrison's beers. We're having a little break from Morrison's and we're going now to Asda. So I was in Asda just today and I thought, I'll see if they've got anything in there that I haven't seen before. And this one caught my eye. Now, this is Vocation. You know, they're a great brewery and they make really good supermarket beers. And this is a Toucan Tropic. It says special editions. I don't know if it's special for just Asda, but obviously, and that's where I got it from. It was £3, pretty good value for money, I'd say. Double dry hopped IPA, 6.7%. And what's it got in it? Well, it says it's obviously tropical, punchy fruit flavours and a heavy hop aroma. Toucan play that game. This tropical double dry hopped IPA is brewed with twice as many hops as for twice the amount of flavour, creating a bold and intensely juicy character. And the hops that are in this are HBC 586, that experimental hop, hasn't got a proper name yet, Simcoe and Galaxy. So certainly tropical sort of hops in there. So let's crack this open, get it in a glass and see what it's all about. I mean, I'm hoping it's a good one. £3. I mean, it's pretty good value. Vocation, as I say, certainly, you know, their recent ones have been really good in the supermarket. So I'm hoping this is good. Asda themselves haven't got a great track record, and certainly the other stuff they got in there didn't really inspire me. But beer in a glass, well, it's a bright, orange, more orangey really, hazy beer. We've got 2 fingers of pretty much a sort of slight beigey coloured head there. Yeah, I mean, it looks like lots of those other IPAs that we've had recently. See what the aromas are like. Yeah, I mean, there's a real sweet, peachy, mango sort of aroma. Yeah, there's something that's slightly different than usual. I don't know what it is. I think it just smells like a tropical juice. So there's almost like a combination of lots of different things in there, but without actually something jumping out. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers, everyone. Quite soft, low levels of carbonation, as you'd expect. Orange and passion fruit. I feel like I've said that a lot of these beers recently, but orange and passion fruit, mango in there. That sort of sweet, peachy, sort of apricot flavours. Let's have another go. Yeah, nothing really jumps out. I mean, there's lots of different flavours in there around those sort of tropical sort of, it does taste a little like an umbungo really, you know, that sort of tropical juice. Orange and passion fruit is the, you know, the bigger flavours. I mean, it could be mainly passion fruit really. Then there's sort of, as I say, mango is definitely going to be involved somewhere online in terms of flavour. I'm not really picking up huge amounts of other citrus. There's no sort of, you get all those sort of big tropical flavours and then it just sort of disappears really. It almost, flavour-wise, it reminds me of things like, you know, I know it's hot at Vocation, but it reminds me of their hop, skip and juice. Those sort of flavours, you know, just a punch bowl of different fruity, tropical sort of flavours. It's quite light, which reminds a little bit of the other roll with it, which was quite a light beer. 6.7%. It's not really light on ABV, but it's quite a light in terms of its mouthfeel. It's soft, but it's very light with it. I wouldn't say it was overly creamy. It's very sort of, very drinkable. And there's a nice little bit of refreshment there. I think on the back end a little bit, and I'm thinking maybe this is the Simcoe, you're getting a little bit more earthiness, a little bit more, earthiness is the best way of describing it. It's not pine, it's not bitterness, it's not those sort of things that you're expecting on the back end. It's just like a little bit more earthiness. So it's not just like a fruit juice. You know that it's a beer because there's a slightly different flavour in there. It's not bad, but it's not going to win any prizes for great beer. And I don't think it's up there with, certainly not with things like, the Shoot to Thrill one, which I really liked. Even the North ones, the Invisible Ceilings, I think, even though I couldn't get the Sabra, there's just a little bit more to it, and obviously the Northern Monk one, although that was very big on grapefruit. This is very tropical juice, really. But it doesn't really, it's almost like, it tastes like that sort of supermarket fare in that it is what it says on the tin. It's, he's got a bloody toucan on it. It's brightly coloured. It's, it says Toucan Tropic. There's a little bit of dryness in there. I mean, you expect double dry hopped. So that earthy dryness really is the back end of this. It just the fact that all those tropical fruits are so sort of compacted together. It's difficult to really pick out. Mango and passion fruit, I'd say, were the main ones. But you could probably throw in papaya and guava and all kinds of things like that. It's not bad. It's just a little bit, it's just a bit average in terms of what you're looking for. I mean, yes, we are drinking a lot. I'm drinking a lot of supermarket beers in this last sort of week or so. And you just drink this one and you think, yeah, this was like the sort of supermarket beers we used to get, 18 months ago, and it's very much like that. It doesn't really do much different. It doesn't have strong characteristics, but still pretty pleasant. And £3, you can't really go wrong for it. Doesn't drink like it's 6.7%. It drinks like a 5.5% pale for me. But yeah, let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Toucan Tropic. It's a nice looking can, and you see this in your supermarket, you're going to think, yeah, I'm going to give that a go. It's going to be tropical, fruity, IPA, 6.7%. That seems like it's going to be a big full-bodied beer. It doesn't drink anywhere like it's 6.7. It doesn't look like it either, I think. It's a bit of a strange one. But let's go through the scores. So firstly, the aroma. Well, I mean, you pop it open. Yeah, there's lots of sort of orangey passion fruit tropicalness about it, but not really distinct tropical fruit flavours in there. Considering you've got Galaxy Simcoe and the HBC 586, you're not really picking up those different hops. You could tell me he's got all kinds of different hops in it, or not even any hops, and there's nothing characteristic of those hops really. It's just a sort of light tropical aroma. I'm giving it 12. Appearance, well, it's a bog standard. It's hazy, it's orangey. You got a little bit of sliver of head. You got nice lacing of the glass there. It looks like a million other IPAs really. Doesn't really do anything different. I'm giving it 7 for appearance. Flavour, nothing wrong with the flavour of this beer. It's fairly soft, low levels of carbonation. It's a little thin, I think, and it's just juicy, fruity. It is like hop, skip and juice. I mean, it could be the same beer, just a little bit softer, a little bit more body to it, but not that much more body than that. Certainly pleasant, but just doesn't do anything. It doesn't. You get that tropical flavour. Then there's this sort of earthy dryness on the back end, and that's it really. There's nothing distinct about it. There's no sort of big flavour up front and then something different on the back end really. It tastes like almost like lots of other supermarket or general, cheaper IPAs really. It doesn't do anything that different and special. So I'm giving it 31 for flavour. Value for money. Well, I mean, if you're in the Asda, Asda's a bit of a strange one. I think it's probably the lowest, when you talk about your Morrison, Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda to me is the fourth best out of all of them. Yeah, you see a lot of the brew dogs in there and those sort of normal sort of fares. There's some other weird ones that you think, yeah, they're a bit cheaper and they're not. they're sort of macro opposed to really craft. But you know, sometimes you get the odd one. I actually went in there because I'd heard that the North Brewery have got one in there. Well, I think they've had one for a while called Constellations, and I've never actually seen it and I've never had it, and I've just thought I'd pop in there and see maybe they've got it. But I saw this one and I thought Vocation have got a good reputation. But value for money is £3. You know, it's quite cheap. You know, now when the supermarkets are starting to go £3.50, £4. £3's not bad. It's just the fact is that I would pay an extra 50p or a pound to get a better beer, a more distinct beer. And this one to me just it is almost like hop, skip and juice with plus a little bit, you know. But I'd be interested to see them side by side because I think hop, skip and juice is a bit lighter, more refreshing, does what you want from pale ale. This has got flavours. The body's just a little bit more to it, and there's a little bit more of that earthy, and it's because it's double dry hop, so there's more dryness really. But I don't think it really makes it a huge great beer because of it. So I'm giving it 8 for value because I think £3 still good price. 6.7%. I mean, I don't know where that 6.7% is because it tastes more like a 5.5% pale for me. And then my overall experience, well, it's a good beer. I mean, in the summertime, it's a sort of beer that you can drink. It's inoffensive. It's got tropical flavours. It's pleasant. But, you know, who wants a pleasant beer? You want something exciting, interesting, something a bit different, you know. I do this craft beer review channel, rock thing, whatever, you know, you want to call it, because I want to find new stuff. I want to be wowed by beer. You know, I don't want to be drinking. This is almost like the sort of, I hate to say it, it's like the Foster's of craft beer to some extent. You know, it's what you expect because it's not your normal beer taste. It's got these tropical fruitiness flavours in it. And if you're new to it, you'd probably find it exciting. But if you've been in craft beer for a while and you've drank some of the better supermarket beers, or you've drank bottle shop beers, you've had day of beers, you've been to a craft beer festival, or you've been to a craft beer pub where you've had different sort of stuff, then you'll drink this and go, oh, yeah, it's like how craft beer was 10 years ago. And I think that's the problem with it, you know. It's nothing wrong with it, but it's nothing great. So I'm giving it 13 from overall experience. It's okay. And the total score really sort of summarises that because it's 71. It's just about getting into the recommended. I say there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I want more from my craft beer. Even in the supermarkets now, the supermarkets have risen the bar in terms of what you can expect from craft beer. Some of the great stuff in there. And then you have something like this and you think, yeah, you're taking a couple of steps back to how it used to be. And, you know, I want more. I really want more from my craft beer, even in supermarkets, even for £3. I want more. And this doesn't quite deliver. But it's got a toucan on the cover. So, you know, if you like toucans, it's a nice cover. It's a nice artwork. I mean, that's the thing. It's going to get people buying it. And all these different hops, I don't think you're getting the best of them 3 hops or what they can really do. So 71 out of 100. It's an okay beer. But let me know, what do you think? Have you had this? I mean, I think Vocation make better beers, more exciting beers than this. But because it's a special edition, expected something a little bit different, but it doesn't quite do it for me. But some people might try it and think, yeah, I really like it, but it's not something that I'm going to probably want to drink again. Hope you enjoyed this review for today. And there's still more supermarket beers on the go. Got Morrison's, a few more Morrison's. I am still, at this point in time, haven't found the elusive Salt and Drop Project New England IPA. The shelves were full of all the new stuff. There was loads of all the different stuff. There was loads of the North stuff. There was loads of the Northern Monk new one and even the Shoot to Thrill one. And there was a little gap where the Drop Project Salt one, when there was nothing in there at all. Even in my Morrison's, I went to the end aisle and they had a new display. I thought, this is where they're going to be. And there was all that gap where there was none there. So whether they just haven't got them in, or whether it's the fact that people are just buying them, because that's £3 as well. That Salt New England IPA is 7%, and Salt Drop Project is only £3. So I'm looking forward to getting that, and I hope, you know, it's not one of those sort of beers that you hunt for, then you finally get it back, drink it and go, yeah, it was all right. But we'll see. Hopefully, you know, in the next few days, maybe you'll see the review for that. But until then, you know what you're going to do. drink craft beer and keep on rocking.